Mm-hmm.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for the Red Sox Racing Series. It is season finale time here at Brands Hatch GP Circuit. Ready to get this one underway here with Todd Chase Jr. I'm Adam Chapman. Todd, welcome to Championship Night here for the Red Sox Racing Series.
Yeah, this is a new track for me. I haven't really been here, so I'm curious to see how these guys are going to run this track. We know we got some tight spots, and we definitely have a big championship battle here for the the title between Paul Gibson and David Shutt.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to be talking about here in just a minute. This track, 2.3 miles, 9 turns, pretty solid. We have had some really interesting wrecks that actually happened here a few moments ago in practice and even qualifying. One thing I've noticed, don't get on the rumble strips too much or don't attack them too hard because it looks like it's an issue. Todd, as far as the points go, tell us about it.
Well, right now, Paul Gibson is holding on to a 1-point lead, but he does have a drop week, and let me pull it up here.
It does not matter. David also has one.
So, right, David has one, yes, yeah. But in order for David to, I believe you told me, to pull out the championship on Paul Gibson, he would have to finish with like 5 more points than Paul Gibson, I believe.
Yeah, he needs 5 more points to beat Paul Gibson in the championship. So that's why this qualifying session right now that we're kind of watching here is so important because that is an extra bonus point. Right now, none of them have it.
No, and out there right now is David Shutt trying to improve his lap. I believe Paul Gibson is doing that as well.
Yeah, both of them definitely want that bonus point. Let you know, David Shutt and Paul Gibson both are in the Lamborghinis. So, once again, this is the last race of this series. Okay, so keep that in mind. But don't worry, you don't have to wait too long before we get back racing. We're back next week.
Yes, sir.
USA series.
Yeah, we will be going to Daytona.
Yeah.
So, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, one of our favorite tracks to race, just because we know it.
Yep.
So we'll be there for Daytona. It is North American Series, Daytona, Road America, Chicago, Road Atlanta, Montreal, and Mosport. So we're looking forward to that. We did not get the broadcast last week because I had some personal stuff happening. So, but we are here right now. As we watch David Shutt right now, currently third on the track. Looking for hopefully a pole for him. We'll have to wait and see if he can grab that pole away, or maybe Paul Gibson gets the pole, or maybe Cameron just holds it. So who knows?
Yeah, I think Cameron actually does have a good shot at holding this pole for right now. I mean, he's up by about almost a tenth and a half or so. So
yeah, he's over 2.5 tenths over Shutt does work through the final turn, crossing the start-finish line. Does he improve?
No.
Just jumped Colin Weatherholt.
Yep.
So,
Chris Shieldsmith in 6th.
This is a track that I ran a long time ago. I ran it on here before. I ran it on here Skip Barber's, which is pretty fun. I like Skip Barber's, but I've also ran this. I believe it might have been on Forza or Gran Turismo. Fun track though. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually not that bad of a track. It's not as wide as what you kind of hope. So passing could be a little difficult. I think what was it called? I told you turn 2. I said where
either turn 2 or turn 8 maybe.
Turn 2 and turn 8 as well. We could see some issues, and then turn 1 at the start of this race could be very interesting. We've seen a few wrecks this season.
Yeah,
happen in turn 1. So
yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here riding with David Shutt right now, and
off track, by the way.
He may have, but yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here riding on board with him in the far chase, camera, and I mean, like you said, this racetrack is not very wide, so I mean, this is going to be difficult for these guys to pass one another. On top of, once we get to this point, lap traffic is going to have nowhere to go.
Yeah,
so it's just going to be that much harder.
Really, if you look at the track map, the exit of turn 4 could be a pretty good passing straight as Paul Gibson actually goes off the track and hits the wall. The exit of turn 9 could be big because draft could play a factor. You can get a tow, maybe
right.
Side in turn 4 into 5 as straightaway other than that, though, I mean, maybe some of these hairpins, like turn 2, you might be able to kind of make a pass, but it's not very many passing zones, that's for sure. So qualifying is coming to an end.
Yeah, I do want to mention Colin has repassed Mitch Heller now for 4th.
Yeah, so there you go.
Here in qualifying, and I believe that will end qualifying.
Yeah, that ends qualifying. So we'll go ahead and look at our grid because why not? Give us some time to do it. It's going to be Cameron Bidwell with pole this season here, and the last race of this season with Paul Gibson, your current championship driver, number 1. David Shutt going to be starting 3rd with Colin Weatherholt. Mitch Heller, Reed Rundle with the 6th place qualifying effort. Good start there. Justin Kirby, Chris Shields-Smith, Mr. Mark Wilson, Kevin Riedel, I probably butchered it, Roman, and Robert going to be starting in 11th and 12th. We remember we always butcher some of these names. Scott Huston, there's the man, Terry Dahl, going to be starting in 14th. Mark Kudrowski, along with the other man, Les Turner. Both of them guys are the league admins of this series. Bill Paul Lucky, Jock Shoniak in row 9. Row 10, we got Jim and Dan Willis and Dwayne McCarthy, Kevin Collin, row 11. Row 12, we got William Kabbalah and James Prostel Jr. James, one of my favorite drivers. And then Nikhil Kopker back in 25th place. How about that?
Ooh. Not a strong qualifying effort for him.
Yeah, I don't think he even qualified, to be honest. So, cars are grading up here, Todd.
Yep, and it does look like... Well, I think David Shutt's going to have enough. I think it's going to come down to a small mistake by Paul Gibson, and I think that's how David Shutt's going to get it, but he's going to be my pick.
To win the championship and the race?
To win the championship. Okay. To win the race, I'm going to say Weatherholt.
You stole my pick. All right, whatever. I'm just going to say Shutt wins both. No. I want to say Gibson wins both. I don't know.
Well,
yeah, we'll say that. I'm probably wrong. I always jinx people.
Hey, you weren't wrong the other night.
It is true. So he'll be right there, ready to get going in this one.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here looking at the board with our time limit. It does look like we're going to have enough for, 22 laps around here?
Yeah. I think so.
Not a very long race. A little bit longer than some of the actual races that we had this season too, but...
So, we are ready to start rolling here on the front stretch. Don't think this race is going to be in night time. So, 30-minute race here as we get set to go. Tomorrow's night's race, we will be live from...
Charlotte.
Thank you. Forgot about that. No broadcast Saturday. Sunday, we got doubleheader. What was it? Road America and...
Talladega,
yeah. There you go. Alrighty, we are set to roll here. David Shutt has not graded, by the way. Everybody has graded but him. Oh my gosh, he missed the start.
Did he really?
He did. He started from the pits.
He's on track for me.
Yeah, he is. He's just blinking. Somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I got nervous.
Yeah, I would be nervous for him as well.
Well, there goes our championship drivers.
Yep. So here we go. Field's starting to roll around this track. I want to welcome everybody into the booth for this one. Do you want to mention, if you are watching tonight's race, go ahead, snap a picture, send it into our Twitter account.
It's like magical beans, Todd. I just can't do it. It's not my fingers.
Well, I wanted to make sure we got it in there. So, I mean, if you're watching tonight's broadcast, go ahead, snap a picture, send it into our Twitter account. We'll pull you up on the broadcast. Also, we do have our donation link for the American Cancer Society.
That's on our Facebook page. I have not posted that again. I can't find it at the same time. That is on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Trackside Esports. There you go. That was too much work for me to do. I'm sorry, I'm lazy tonight. Braves are playing, you know, all kinds of things. Anyway.
Red Sox playing tomorrow in their
Red
final
Sox
game,
racing
it looks
tonight.
like. Yep.
There's their final game.
Yeah, I don't know. They definitely got to pull out a win for sure.
We can't say that. We can't say that. We can't say that, you know. Kind of who employs us. Kind of our employer at the moment for the series.
Yeah. I think they'll pull it out tomorrow. We'll see.
So. Anyway, you know I ain't pulling for them, but go Braves. All right, Todd, you want to bring
Here we go. Yep, pace car ducks down pit road. We're waiting for the green flag. Green flag is out in the air here at Brands Hatch.
That somebody back there was really spaced out around the 5th row. I'm not sure who that was. There was a big gap. But
down under turn 1. See David Shutt now running second behind Cameron Bidwell. Gonna look for the lead here to the left. Not gonna take it, but he's got some fire coming from Paul Gibson right now for that second spot. Yep.
That was a big pass, by the way, for David Shutt over Paul Gibson. Remember, David's going to have to win this race, I feel like, and have an incident-free race.
Yep.
To do.
Yeah, right now it looks like he's just kind of settling in, kind of getting used to the track.
A little bit further back in the field. Trying to see who that is. Oh, we got a wreck, Todd.
Yep, it does look like, who was that? It was right around, yep.
Yeah, this is very similar to what we've seen. I seen Mark Kozrowski do the same thing. Not a hard hit, but able to keep rolling. Mark Kozrowski had that same issue at practice. Or, I'm sorry, not Mark Kozrowski. John Kishuniak had that same issue.
Yep. And here comes Cameron Bidwell, I'm sorry, coming around to complete lap 1.
Well, looked pretty good there.
Yeah, it feels pretty spaced out already, which I'm really surprised on that.
Very quick. It stops around lap 12 or so.
Yeah, that's where I would say.
Here's the pass, by the way. Never mind. Robert took a peek to the inside of Roman and wasn't able to get it. He's staying in the position. Oh, a little moment there for him.
So far, so good. Other than that, I mean, we got a pass for. Well, I thought it was a pass for the second spot, but no, it changed from me again.
Okay.
A to the O, man. It always gets me.
Here's Reed Rundle. He just lost the spot a moment ago to Justin Kirby. I like that number 43 running that pink paint scheme for breast cancer awareness. We got a lot of guys running pink in this series. We appreciate all them guys very much so. We'll have one more week of doing that with these guys next week.
Yeah, I also want to mention Dwayne McCarthy has gotten around James Prostel Jr.
That's for, what, 21st, I believe?
Yes. Also, John Kishuniak has gotten around. Well, he's still battling with Dan Willis there for 17th and 18th.
Yeah, Kishuniak didn't have the greatest practice. Dan able to hold on to 17th at the moment. He's actually up 3 spots. Mikhail Kofker just takes away 24th, by the way, but here's still a side-by-side battle with. Oh, man, Kishuniak goes around with Dan Willis. Hard contact for the Porsche, and that's going to probably end our races. Oh, there's more piling into this.
Well, that's not what we wanted to see here.
Kishuniak went upside down, by the way. I'm not actually sure what happened. Looked like Kishuniak may have turned into Willis. Just look. Yeah, just ran out of racing room.
Meanwhile, Mark Wilson has gone around Chris Shieldsmith for 8th. But still your leader is Cameron Bidwell, playing a 1.2 second lead over David Shutt and Paul Gibson.
Bidwell kind of throwing a wrench into Mr. David Shutt's plans.
Yeah.
Biggest mover right now, by the way. Not so far. Oh, there goes somebody. Roman going around. Good save.
Yep.
Keeps it going the right direction. big moment there.
Yeah, that's allowed Mark Kudrowski and Terry Dahl to get around him.
Terry always running
13th.
Awesome paint, right? Green and pink. Hamburg Brewing Company, T squared on the side.
You know, we need to get a hold of Terry and get some of that stuff.
I know, dude. I don't even know where we
get
it from. I got a thing from where they are. I think they're based out of. Oh man, I know where it's at. Hamburg, New York. They opened in 2013, so.
Mm-hmm.
So they just celebrated their 8th anniversary actually this month.
Well, that's good for them.
Yeah. Let us know where you're watching from, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, it's still kind of spaced out around the racetrack. I mean, now Cameron Bidwell his lead still stayed the same, but this battle between the 10 and the 31 is definitely getting a little more heat on it. That's for sure. Hopefully none of these guys end up having big mistakes. Able to keep the car on the track.
What I mentioned, we got another wreck. By the way, Robert goes around in a 199 car.
Yep.
There's the replay of that. He just gets in a little bit too high. I don't think he really hit anything hard. Yeah, he didn't really touch anything, but does go for a wild ride. That's all. Been there plenty of times himself.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
What I was going to say is I've noticed, as of lately, with the latest updates, I don't know, it's like the last 3 or 4 races, or 3 or 4 updates that iRacing has had, the grass kind of seems like ice.
Yeah, we've heard guys even in here say the same thing.
So, I mean, if you even touch the grass, you know, even one blade of grass with that tire, it's going to snap that car, or it's going to push you literally further into the grass, and then you can't stop. And ultimately, I think that's what we've seen there with that incident there with who was that?
That's right, Robert.
Yeah.
We got another car off the track. He keeps it going.
Oh! Look at this, David Shutt. Caught a little bit. Yep, caught a little bit of that rumble strip and sent the car into a 360, and it was able to keep going.
Yeah, that was a good save. The only problem with that is an incident.
Yep.
So Paul Gibson, I'm gonna be honest, Paul Gibson even finished in the top 5.
Yep.
Until like a championship. We also had another thing back here happen. I don't know what actually happened. But there was another wreck that was going on during the same time. I'm not sure what it was. But here's Cameron Bidwell out front.
Yeah, some of these guys, you know, we don't normally see up this far into the, you know, the top of the field. But yeah, that was definitely a really good save by David Shutt, only losing 1 spot.
Yeah, he also just gave up 3rd, by the way. Yeah, that's what he gave up 3rd color winner hole too.
Or yeah, he lost 2 spots.
He lost 2 spots total. Yeah, but still, I mean, it could have been way worse.
Yes.
And there
so now
he is being really aggressive on Mark Wilson right now, or not Mark Wilson, but Mitch Heller.
Mitch Heller. Yep.
And that's the thing. He's already got his off track, so who cares if he go off track now?
Yep. Now, basically what he wants is Paul Gibson to have an issue to bring that playing field back to the even mark. But right now, Paul Gibson doing a decent job right now, keeping that car on the racetrack. Still kind of losing some time here to Cameron Bidwell. But that doesn't really matter right now. He does not need to win this race in order to win the championship. He just needs to keep the car on the racetrack, and I think he's good.
I want to mention Goddard just took
It's nothing new in this series.
Anyway, bigger fish to fry right now at the moment in this race.
Yes, sir.
David Shutt got his hands full with Mitch Heller.
Yeah, and Mitch, he's one of them guys that you definitely cannot sleep on. Just because he's running 5th right now does not mean, he's not the best guy out there.
Now, Matthew Gosh, he is not here. Lucia, he's not here tonight. But he paints these cars, I believe. He does a lot of paints for, David and all them. Anyway, I'm sitting here right on the back of David's Shutt, right on the back bumper. We're on top of the trunk, the lid, basically the deck lid. He's got something called Gosh's brake check service. Never seen that before. That's funny. I like that. By the way, Cameron Bidwell's going.
Yeah.
Because Mark Wilson went to run looking to the right or left side of Shutt. Not going to be able to get it. Crossover move. Not going to be able to happen yet.
Yeah, Mitch Heller's still applying that pressure.
He's fast. It's just so tough to pass.
Yeah. And we talked about that. How this racetrack, it's really hard to pass. And these guys definitely got to pick and choose their spots where they try to, outbreak each other and hope for the best, but right now everybody has basically calmed down for the most part. I mean, there's a
Let's go to our field talk.
Oh, Mitch Heller gets a little loose. Gets into the grass.
Very familiar, and that was very similar to Justin Kirby gets contact with Mitch Heller. Heller going to spin. Somebody else spinning behind him. That was Reed Rundle putting it into the sand trap as well. That is the same place where David Shutt had issues.
Mm-hmm. He may have just gotten a little too hot in there and had some wheel hop or something, but I mean, I was right on the side of David Shutt, and I just seen it happen.
And Kirby came in, and he was just there as well. So now let's go through our field run now. Up front, Cameron Bidwell. He is first right now, leading this one, starting on the pole. Paul Gibson, the current championship leader, is second. Colin Wonderholt third. With David Shutt, second place in the points, is fourth. Justin Kirby is now fifth.
Currently running 6th is Mark Wilson. Chris Shieldsmith running 7th. Kevin Riedel running 8th. Mitch Heller now back in 9th after that debacle there. Roman Bykov is 10th. Terry Dahl running 11th. Reed running 12th.
Yeah, Reed was up inside the top 7.
Mm-hmm. Robert.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need to figure out how to pronounce his name.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Robert in the 199. 15th. Mark Kudrowski running 15th. Nikhil Kopker up to 16th now. He's up 9 spots so far in this one. Scott Husted.
Yeah, he had a problem a little while ago.
He's back at 17th. Jim Grazinio running 18th. Kevin Kyle running 19th. 20th is James Prostel Jr.
I like his car.
Bill Paul. Yep. Running 21st. William Cabela.
Cabela and
running
Dwayne McCarthy.
Yep. Dwayne running 23rd.
I like Dwayne's car.
Also want to mention John Kashuniak and Dan Willis are now out of this one. So they're currently 24th and 25th.
Yeah, we're on lap 10, by the way. We're expecting 22 laps now.
Mm-hmm.
So pit stops could happen about 2 laps from now. 2 to 4 laps, I would say.
Yeah, but right now, Cameron Bidwell's lead has grown a little bit. Now it's up to 2.5 seconds. And I believe Bidwell has a couple of wins on this season. Am I right? I thought it was either Bidwell or Gibson had like the majority of the wins this season.
Top, actually, Weatherholt has a win. Mitch Heller has a win. That is good. Besides Gibson and Shutt.
Okay.
So, Terry Dahl's done a nice job in the points. I didn't realize he was that high up in the points standings. He is actually sixth in the point standings.
Good crossover move there by Mitch Heller. He was battling there with Chris Shieldsmith. Able to clear that, get that spot. Now put him up to 7th.
Another way to see him go for that wild ride with Justin Kirby in the 58 car.
Akil Conker now up to 13th.
Just had an issue.
Yep.
What happened to the grass? He's up on 2 wheels. He was racing Conker. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. He was racing Robert. Terry Dahl may have just had an issue here, Todd. He does.
Yeah, he gotten into the grass. I mean, I'm just catching on to it here as of late. Now he's into the grass again, trying to get out of the way of these guys. Into the
a few spots.
Yep.
Kevin Rydell actually making a pass on Chris Shieldsmith for 8th. Kevin did a nice job. Kevin's doing a really nice job tonight. Les Turner is on pit road. David Shutt, by the way, is closing the gap up on Colin Weatherholt for 3rd spot.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of what David needs right now. He needs to gain every position. I mean, I know there's only ahead of him, but I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, he's in a really big hole right now. He just needs to basically win this race in order to have a chance, as long as Paul Gibson has no issues. If Paul Gibson does have some issues, then, I think David Shutt does still have a chance at winning this championship.
Yeah, so as we continue to watch David here work on the back of the 21 car, remember pit stops could be happening at any second now. Mitch Heller may have he just wrecked again, Todd.
Oh boy, Mitch Heller not having the run that he would like to have here for the season finale.
He does not get any damage, but does back it into 11th, so
yeah, the battle here for 3rd, still getting some heat from David Shutt right now.
But David needs to try to make it quick work if he can get around Colin. That's not an easy thing to say. I mean, no. Colin, well aware of how to race. I mean, the guy literally is 15 points. He's capable of running race this year.
And I can definitely tell the difference between Weatherholt and Shutt right now. Shutt is using pretty much every portion of this racetrack.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that's got to do with where Shutt has already had the off tracks and stuff like that.
Yep.
Honestly, man, I don't really know. You're going to have something bad, I feel like, happen, and I don't want to put that on Paul by any means, but I feel like that's what it's going to take for David to win this.
Yeah. For sure. Let's just hope that here comes David Shutt now down pit road.
Yeah, not surprised, honestly.
So now we'll shift our focus to the front of this pack as we see lap traffic now.
Ooh, that could be scary.
Yeah, Paul Gibson definitely backed off a little early going through.
That was Dwayne McCarthy. Other pit stops are underway. Justin Kirby, Mark Wilson, Reed Rundle all on pit road. Mark Wilson, yeah, I said Mark Wilson.
Yep.
Here is Cameron Bidwell. We'll see if our race leader. We're estimating about coming to 8 laps here. We've got about 11 minutes left in this race. Only takes about 1 minute and 23 seconds to run a lap around here.
Which is pretty fast, if you ask me.
For a 2.3 mile road course, yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm just basically watching Paul Gibson right now. I'm gonna see pit road this time by. See what happens.
So I'm trying to see if Cameron going to come this time, by the way. So Bidwell on pit road. And
so will Gibson.
Yep. So they need about a 25-second stop. That would be a pretty fast stop. Well, 26. We'll say 26.
Yeah, so now, if Shieldsmith does not come down pit road, he will grab the lead, hopefully.
Which he should come down, I would guess. I don't know if these guys can make it much further. Yeah.
And here comes Shieldsmith.
Everybody looks like they're coming.
Yep.
Yeah, even Kevin. There's Bidwell exit, 25.5 second stop. Paul Gibson, 25.7. Just to let everybody know, Paul Gibson did have a faster stop than David Shutt. Now, keep in mind, these guys cut it very close on gas.
Yep. And here's the thing, this league, they do have once the checkered flag has been waved, they do have a cooldown lap. If you do not make back around to your pit stall, that's a 4-point penalty right there in itself. So, I mean, the people we definitely got to watch is David Shutt for sure and Paul Gibson to see if they both make it. Otherwise, David Shutt could possibly win it that way as well.
I agree.
But up front, it is still Cameron Bidwell.
Yeah, Bidwell out by right at 2.8 seconds. I feel like he actually lost a little bit of time.
Actually, I think
Robert side by side for 10.
Yeah, this would be a good battle here.
Robert holds it on. Nikhil wants it.
And no contact, and there you go.
It looks like Robert just went ahead and let him have it.
Yeah, which is a smart move in that corner right there.
Nikhil at 15 spots, by the way, so far.
I believe Nikhil's going to be our biggest mover of the race winner.
I would say so too. By the way, Terry Dahl, after his spins and off tracks, he is now 14th. Les Turner 13th. Les Turner actually just now getting around Kevin Kyle. Kevin Kyle on pit road, which is why. So, some spots to be gained there. All in all, Todd's been Cameron Bidwell show.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we've seen that in seasons past before, It's nothing new to us, but I mean, I don't know what you can say. I think it's just that clean air. I don't know if that matters much for these cars, really. But I mean, there ain't nobody gonna be able to catch him. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think he's just too fast.
Well, you say that. Paul Gibson's up to 1.8 seconds now.
Yeah. So I mean, Paul's definitely trying to make this an interesting one as you see him coming down through turn 1.
Yeah, he was a second faster, by the way.
Gonna go to the right here in turn 2 of some lap traffic.
Tabala, he just got around.
Yeah, he's definitely closing the gap. That's for sure.
We'll kind of keep an eye on that. Doesn't miss that turn just a little bit, but everything else, by the way, through the field is pretty much separated by 5 tenths or more. Actually, quite more.
Yeah.
About 6 tenths or more.
Yeah, David Shutt still kind of running fourth here, trying to catch Colin Wellerholt. Unfortunately, David Shutt not having the run that he would hoped for.
Yeah, really.
Had an issue earlier. Yeah.
That would have definitely helped him. But Shutt's been in this situation. He's won championships. I mean, it's not like he was going for his first championship.
Right.
That, but you still hate to see it.
Right, and Paul Gibson hasn't been, he's not. This is not his first title chance either.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
won multiple as well.
So these guys definitely know. They know what it takes to win the championship. Ultimately, they just had some small issues. Well, David Shutt did. you know, that's just made it a little more harder for him at the moment. So, but here we go. The laps are winding down on this one. 18 laps are in the books.
5.5 minutes left in this race. We got somewhat of a battle, I think. Robert back here for the 9th position.
Yeah, Robert putting some pressure on Kevin Rydell as they work through the, what do you call this, the front stretch, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we'll just call it that because we're oval guys, so
Yep.
That's what we know about anyway.
Down into turn 2. Oh, gets a little hot into there. But he gets a good drive off, and he's going to get the spot. Put Robert up to 9th now.
Solid racing here tonight. I mean, it hasn't been bad by any means. I think this is, I don't know if I want to say this is what we expected. You know,
I kind of thought it would be a little closer racing as well.
Yeah, especially with this type of fast race.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, it's been the Cameron Bidwell show all night.
He's looking for his what races. Bidwell, looking, I believe it's his first win of the season. So yeah, it would be.
Yep.
If he can hold on.
Yeah, barring any issues. I don't think he's going to have any foreseeable issues with this one. Yep, I just seen that.
Oh yeah, hard contact to the inside wall.
Yeah, now he's in the pits right now.
Back, so here's that. That's going to move Les Turner up to 10th now.
Les is having a decent run tonight.
Really solid night.
Exactly. Riding on board with David Shutt here as he gets 3rd from Colin Weatherholt. It looks like Weatherholt had an issue. He's got some. Does he have a little bit of rear end damage? Maybe not. Maybe that's just his paint. I don't know.
I don't think he does. Yeah, that's his paint.
Okay.
I see what you're looking at. Yeah, I mean, even David still needs something to happen to Paul. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Are we going to be able to get all 3 of these laps in? We're going to keep an eye on that because this thing could go to the white flag.
Wow, David Shutt just blinked.
Yeah, I seen it too.
And that's why I said uh-oh, because I was like, that's not what he needs for the rest of the night. Yeah, I think now, I don't think David Shutt's going to have enough time. I mean, he's basically like 6 seconds behind Paul Gibson.
And even if
I don't think that's enough time.
Yeah, he's going to need a lot of luck, unfortunately. He's going to need something to happen to Paul.
Right.
Yeah. Paul can even back down a little bit. I don't think that's going to be the case, so I don't see him backing down by any means.
No.
Sometimes that causes more problems than good.
Here are the potential problems that Paul Gibson could have. He could spin out, get it off track, or he could also run out of fuel. Yeah,
because we don't know how much they actually got.
Yeah, because like you said, he had the faster pit stop compared to David Shutt. So, yep.
Yeah, he took about a second more worth of gas David Shutt did. So that's a lot. And that's the thing. Remember, Todd, these guys have to make it back around the racetrack.
Yep.
And there's a lot of uphills on this track of elevation. So just saying. And that's a 4-point penalty if you do not make it back.
So I'm currently riding on board with Paul Gibson right now, just kind of watching him, making sure he has no mistakes, no issues. Also watching that throttle response. It definitely does not look like he's saving either.
It does
so.
It does not. He's smooth,
I think he's just, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, cool.
Yeah. So we are coming to the white flag for Cameron Bidwell as he works out the final corner. White flag going to be out this time. Well, he flashed his lights. He's about to get shit. No, he flashed that car in front of him. As the white flag does wave here at Brands Hatch. Paul Gibson also takes the white. So does David Shutt. By the way, battle for 6th. Nikhil Kopker and Mark Wilson. Nose to tail. Also Robert there as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Nikhil decides to get around these guys. He's definitely faster than these two.
Yeah, I feel like he is too. As they become to the white flag. Still watching up front, all over the place. Kinda.
Yeah, watch for Nikhil to make a move here, right here, to turn.
To the inside. And
he's going to take that one right there on Mark Wilson. Now he's going to set his sights on Chris Shieldsmith for 5th.
Nikhil's done a nice job of not pinning spots. Here's our race leader, Cameron Bidwell, with Paul Gibson and David Shutt.
Yep, Paul's still in it. Hasn't decided to try to save fuel yet.
Somebody's in the pit road, Roman. Out of the final corner, it will be Cameron Bidwell picking up his first win of the season here in the season finale. Paul Gibson going to have enough. He's going to lock up your championship. David Shutt going to finish in P3 and 2nd in the championship. And Colin Weatherholt out of the final turn going to finish 4th.
Yep. Now I'm basically watching Paul Gibson to make sure he can make it.
Yeah, I'm making sure he's not going to cut his car. If he don't cut his car off at all, we know he's good.
I know he ain't giving it any throttle. He's just kind of let coast right now on them downhill ones, downhill parts of this racetrack. So
you see coming up behind him, David Shutt right on the back bumper. Let's go ahead and move over there, Todd.
All right.
A big win here for Cameron Bidwell and a big championship here for Paul Gibson. Congratulations to our race winner and our championship driver.
Yeah, still waiting on Paul Gibson to see if he makes it around. I do think he's got enough.
Yeah, I think this should be good as well. So we're going to talk to them. Maybe.
I'm just kind of waiting.
It's like even if Cameron runs out, I don't think he necessarily cares if he runs out. Only one that really cares if they run out right now would be Gibson.
Yep.
And even if he ran out, that 4-point penalty would still not be enough, I don't think so.
And it does look like Gibson will make it on pit road.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Paul Gibson will solidify this championship.
Yeah, and Cameron Bidwell, by the way, leading every lap tonight.
Yeah, that's
something I didn't think.
Here. Yeah, no.
All his pit stops and stuff. That's crazy. I think that might be a first for us too. I'm not sure if that's first, but it might be. I don't know. Either way, waiting on to do some interviews. We'll wait and see for the drivers to come in and do some chit chat with them for just a moment as we wait for our top 3, including our champion Paul Gibson and our race winner Cameron Bidwell here tonight from Brands Hatch. And we got our championship driver, and it is official. Paul Gibson. It's Adam and Todd up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Championship, man. You've done this before, and it never gets old. Talk about this one.
Yeah, this was a tight one. David and a couple other folks we were in good competition all season. That was a lot of fun. It was back and forth between David and I, for a couple rounds there, so that was fun.
Yeah, and I would agree with that, man. It's been a long season. I think you picked up 2 wins this season. Talk about driving this circuit here. What was your thoughts coming into it?
Yeah, this circuit is it's one of those where you could take it a little easy, but you lose a lot of time taking it easy. So there's a real fine line between going quick and taking it too easy and being slow.
For sure.
This place you're just kind of like inside outing everything, and you're kind of cresting hills, and driving seems like through the grass half the time.
You win the European Championship. Now it's time to set focus on the USA side of things. Daytona starting next week. Everybody knows Daytona. Let's be honest.
Yep, everyone knows Daytona, and it's really hard to get away from each other there. Like if you remember the Spa, it'll be. I think it'll be a lot like that, but maybe even more than that because there's just so much straightaway. So I think we'll be all in packs the whole time.
Hey, good win, man, or good championship. Sorry, good win on the championship. You know what to do, dude. Shout outs and all that.
Yeah, just to PG-13 and all the guys for hanging out and having fun, and especially to Cam. I think that's his first win this season. So, congrats to him. He had great pace. I could run with him when I was pushing, and I just knew I needed to just be in front of David, and so I just backed her off a little bit, and I was like, "Let's get it home."
For sure, man.
Hey, so congrats.
Good job, dude. You definitely well deserved.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we're going to have our race winner, Cameron Bidwell, and he did something pretty impressive. Not many guys have done in this league. He led all 22 laps, and Cameron, that's not easy to do, man, especially with pit stops and all that.
Hold on, Adam. I got to turn my fan off. I can barely hear you because it's a little steamy over here. Thanks, man. It was, I don't know. I did a lot of practice on Tuesday. I did like 130 laps over the 3 hours, and and I wasn't the fastest car, but I feel like it gave me good rhythm here, this is a rhythm track for sure. And I don't know. I think the Ford and this track combination went together really well. So.
Yeah, man. Like I said, 22 laps left. We haven't seen too many drivers do that in my entire time broadcasting anyway for the Red Sox. Talk about running this track, and really you didn't. I mean, we've seen guys go off track and even touch the grass they was being. It looked like it was very slick. We've seen guys even lock up under braking and all that. Talk about running this place. Was it just a practice that really, I'm sure you learned all that in practice.
Yeah, so this track, this is a real racetrack, so they don't give you room to make a mistake. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I did so much practice, was just to make sure that I had that consistency at least, even if my pace wasn't all the way as fast as everyone else. And honestly, I had no intention of leading all 22 laps. I mean, the other guys, they were so fast in all the qualifying, all the practice sessions. So at the very beginning, I knew the Lambo on cold tires is so sketchy, and the Ford is actually not that bad here specifically. So I tried to take advantage of getting a gap at the very beginning while they were taking it easy on tires. But other than that, the Ford is slow in, and as long as you can get on throttle with very little steering on the corner exit, it's blazing.
So you go on from here, and now we go to the USA side of things. What's your thoughts on that?
Always enjoy that. So I heard you guys talking to Paul about Daytona. I mean, yes, we did the 24 hours last year at Daytona. I think everybody just, if there's a track that they're going to know, it's going to be Daytona, and I think I may already have a car set up just because the Ford's fast in a straight line and it's extremely good on gas. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited about it. I mean, I don't know, this whole race has kind of got me pumped. I've been wanting this for this whole entire season, and it feels good, and it's great momentum to go and do another one.
For sure. You was, by the way, had the fastest pit stop out of everybody not. Shout out to all that you want to give out for the season, man.
Shout out to the team. Great group of guys. Shout out to everybody else in this league, to you guys, Les, Terry. They try to manage a very good league, and it shows. And we just appreciate being here, and we look forward to another season with everyone.
Hey, good job tonight, buddy.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. Next up it is Paul Gibson. David Shutt. I don't know why I said Paul Gibson. I was going to bring him back in. David Shutt finished a P3. He's been in here for a long time with the RSR guys, the Red Sox guys. Of course, joined PG-13 this season. David, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Coming up just a tad short of the championship, but you won plenty of them and been in plenty of these championship hunts and all that stuff, man. Talk about tonight's race.
It was pretty stressful, to be honest. I really wanted to win this championship more than probably any other that I have in a long time.
Right.
Just trying to beat Paul, who's best of the best, at least in these cars. So I kind of left it all out there. We had a silly spin early on,
Right.
but we recovered pretty well, and it went better than I thought it was going to go in practice. So it is what it is. I'm looking forward to next season with some better American tracks for sure.
For sure, man. Yeah, that was a great save, by the way, when you spun it around. We've seen it happen. Talk about, man, with this track and this car, it looked like you even touched the grass, you would go around.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I looked at the replay, and I really wasn't even that far on the grass, which was kind of weird, but I probably had so much wheel into it, and then it just got a little wobbly, and I overcorrected, and it snapped, and just spun. But it is what it is. I had to win the race anyways to, I think, have a shot, but came home second, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think that goes to show how important qualifying and stuff is week in and week out for you guys.
Yeah, the way the points are set up, you really have to run clean races, and that bonus point for pole is the big deal.
Sure.
So you have to pretty much have perfect races every race.
Man, always good to watch you race. Always competitive every season we're in. So you want to give any shout outs or all that?
Yeah, just want to thank everybody at PG-13 for bringing me on this season. It was a lot of fun, and you guys for broadcasting and all the viewers, and of course all the admins that put on a great series.
Hey, good job, man. Always a good job.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy. Todd, thoughts on this race?
Yeah, it was definitely a wild one for sure. We didn't really expect these guys to, have these kinds of issues coming down to the wire for the championship, but ultimately Paul Gibson was able to not have any issues and solidified that championship. We didn't expect Cameron Bidwell to actually lead every single lap like he had said like he did, and man, it was a good first race for me to watch here at Brands Hatch.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting race. Got to give a shout out to Cameron, man. Domination, a 3.4 second lead over these guys. It's pretty impressive. Leading all laps, that's pretty cool. Congratulations, Paul Gibson. Another championship for him. And David. We talked about how good David is. Trust me, he's not done.
And we also cannot forget Nikhil Kompker also was our biggest mover of this race. So, I mean, I believe he ended up finishing, sixth? After starting 24th, I believe?
Right. Yeah, I believe you're right. I think he did grab 6. So,
not bad. I mean, not bad.
He started 25th, by the way.
Okay, so yeah.
He started from the pits.
Yep.
Which is pretty impressive. So, for Red Sox Racing League, we want to thank Terry Dahl and Les Turner for always allowing us to broadcast this. We'll see you guys next season, which is next week. So, y'all take care. Have a great night. And as always, God bless. Congratulations to our champion. And Paul Gibson and Cameron as well. Y'all take care. Have a great night. God bless.